Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm an artist, and I'm here to talk about my experience as a first year animation student at the One Academy. For the 11th episode, I'll be going into visual communication CGL workshop. For the class, we learned about Adobe Photoshop. I actually have a lot of exercises for this one. This is the first exercise. It's like cutting pictures out of a magazine and making a collage, except we're doing it digitally. I decided to go with matcha because I love matcha. I do like how I arrange the different objects in the scene. It's not exactly planned, it's just intuitive. I also really like our second exercise. We had to choose a photo of flowers and add a border around it. Then we place our letters inside the image and have it interact with the flowers. I also added butterflies because I love butterflies. Then we all had to do this for exercise 3. It took longer than I expected because the lecturer allotted 2 meetings for it. But it's basically photo bashing and it's good practice for one of our projects for this term. Then we have exercise 4, which is composed of 5 submissions. This is the first one. We played with the warp tool. For this, we played with the pin. Is that what it's called? I forgot. I don't really remember terms when it comes to Adobe Photoshop. I mostly rely on visuals and icons. For this one, I think we used the liquify tool just to adjust the face. And for the cactuses, I think we also used liquify to even out the pots and put it in the center. For this, we had to put a banana beak on the bird. It's actually a banana. The beak is right behind it because I did a poor job of covering it. This is exercise 5. We had to replicate this beetle jewelry on the right because it was originally just on the left. Exercise 6, we got to just paint anything we wanted. I could do better, but I also wanted to submit this before class ended. Moving on to exercise 7, we played around with text and also did a mirroring effect on the floor. The thing I remember about it the most is that it almost made my laptop crash, but I'm glad I was able to submit it. And for the last exercise, we did this hot air balloon. I love how the colors turned out. We only had 8 exercises actually for this class, and that's pretty much it, but we did have 2 big projects that we also had to submit. I forgot what this project is called, so I'll just call it Stranger Things because that's what my lecturer kept calling it. The lecturer gave us a building in the background and he said we could fill up the environment with anything we want and we can even have a theme. I decided to go with gigantic spiders taking over a small town. Here's how I built it up. My lecturer said that it was pretty good at this point. I do think I could have made the characters fit more into the environment, but we also weren't allowed to paint too much, which I'm more comfortable with. I don't think photo bashing is my strength, but I could definitely improve on it in the future. Then we have our final project and it's called Twisted Tale. We're supposed to choose a fairy tale and create a twist with it by integrating a product that can be promoted during the climax of the story. So I decided to go with one of my childhood favorites, the Snow Queen. I'm so glad we had to make a journal because that means I can easily show the process here. So the first thing I did was tell the story of the Snow Queen. I also made a concept map. I used references like Narnia, The Huntsman, Winter's War, and of course, Snow Queen. I also added a lot of icicles for the visual elements since the climax is at the Snow Queen's ice palace. Aside from the Snow Queen, I had to have Gerda and Kai in it, the main characters. For the colors, I wanted the illustration to feel cold, and since Gerda was the one to, spoiler alert, save Kai, I wanted her to wear something red, something warm. And for the twist, Gerda would warm Kai's heart using a Philips hairdryer. This is the mood board and here are my initial sketches. I decided to go with the second sketch because I think it tells the story best. Here are my key processes. I started with the background by adding the ice floor and the Snow Queen's face. Then I added the mid-ground where Gerda and Kai are supposed to be. This posed a challenge for me because it was hard to find free stock photos of kids from a high angle. I had to piece them together limb by limb, but I still managed to make it look like my sketch. Then I added the hair dryer in Gerda's hand and added icicles in the foreground. Here's the final outcome. But I don't think this can hold up against other majors like illustration students because our lecturer showed us some really good examples, and this is nowhere near any of those. The lecturer is pretty straightforward with what he wants from the students, which is to submit all exercises and requirements and listen during class. He's also willing to help students who ask for advice and need more time. I think I learned a lot more about Photoshop because I only use it to draw and paint. I never used it for any other work, so I'm glad to know that there were more tools in my pocket. Combining my grades for visual communications and CGL workshop, I got an A, which I'm really, really happy with. Now that I'm done talking about VisCom, I'll be moving forward to introduction to compositing and editing for the next episode. Stay tuned.